My name is Kailee. When I was in high school, I considered myself a pretty big atheist. I remember telling my mom when I was like about 11 or 12, I told her that I didn't want to go to church anymore. The certain churches that we went to, I always felt like I was being judged and I felt like I couldn't be myself. So it kind of turned me off from any kind of religion. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. After high school, my parents got divorced, and then my mom got remarried and moved away. And that's when I felt like she was trying to push me reading the Bible like more onto me. And that's when I was just kind of like, I just straight up told her, I'm like, I'm never going to believe. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I remember we got into an argument. It was not a good time in my life. I've been dealing with depression for a very long time. I was suicidal, and it was something that I thought about occasionally, and then it became something very daily for me to think about suicide. And then I got really sick. Like, I got to a point where I couldn't get out of bed. I just had these pains all over my body. And I eventually had to stop working because there's just some days I couldn't get out of bed. My husband, when we first met, that's when I kind of really got a glimpse at somebody who's a Christian and who's actually living a Christian life, who really follows what the Bible says. Jonathan knew in his spirit that something wasn't right, and so something needed to change. We went to go visit his family in California. We went to a church that they go to over there, and that's when I kind of got to experience like this presence. Our pastor was teaching about healing, and this is when I'm still dealing with my depression, anxiety, and fibromyalgia. And at the end of the service, he was just like, if you want your healing, just ask for it and receive it and believe that you receive it. And in my head, I was just kind of like, that's it. I just did what he said, and then maybe like a few weeks later, I kind of noticed that I wasn't having any pains anymore. And I just kind of noticed that like my depression was gone. And like, I don't know how to describe it. It was just like my soul was born again, after receiving my healing and actually knowing who he is and knowing that he is loving and that he's forgiving. Like, it was just like all that burden and just the shame, everything just like went away. I always just kind of thought that, the depression, the anxiety was stuff that I thought that was just my life. And that's just what I was gonna have to learn to live with. I never thought that I would be sitting right here telling my testimony. If my story can help just one person, that would be amazing to me. Help one person come to Christ, that would just be amazing for me.